ठीक है. Okay, so देखो, this meeting is YouTube live also for one question. So look at this question. Has digital literacy, particularly in rural areas, coupled with lack of information and communication technology accessibility, hindered socio-economic development? Examine with justification. 15-mark question. How to write that? First, you need to understand the question. So look at this. It is saying about there are two things: digital illiteracy, number one. Number two is lack of information and communication technology, lack of ICT accessibility. This is very important word, accessibility. You know that how quickly you can access this technology. So this digital illiteracy, lack of accessibility has hindered socio-economic development. I'll say socio-economic development. Look at this, socio-economic development. So this is a quite easy question. This is a quite easy question. It will have the yes as well as no. Both will be the answer. Yes, it has hindered socio-economic development. No, it has not hindered socio-economic development. All right. How it has hindered? So what should be the introduction which has to be written? So you know about that. When do you think that this digital divide first time was highlighted? In 10th 5-year plan, digital divide was first time highlighted as a focus area of administration. You know about digital divide? So in 10th 5-year plan, you'll have the idea of a digital divide will come as the focus area of administration. All right. So digital illiteracy along with lack of ICT accessibility, then you can write about this, can hinder socio-economic development. So mind it, there are so many points of under this which you need to cater together. All right. First is digital illiteracy. Second is lack of ICT accessibility. And third is this socio-economic development. So socio-economic development means it will have the social aspect and economic aspect also. All right. So yes, how? Yes, it has hindered. Write in points in support. So yes means what? It has hindered socio-economic development. So it has hindered socio-economic development. So how to generate points? How to think on which lines? On which lines you can think upon? Number one, let's say, let me talk to you about the present governance paradigm. You know the keyword digital era governance. In the era of digital era governance, people who are digitally empowered will be able to access or will able to get benefits in the what? In the better way than that of any other people who are not digitally empowered. So from governance, one point can be generated, that is digital era governance. All right. Then since it is talking about digital divide, so you correlate digital divide with digital exclusion and inclusion errors which can be there. You know about exclusion error and inclusion error? So there will be people who do not know, who are not nowhere on internet. All right. So he will not be coming under the the government idea of giving benefits on digital platform. So that will be exclusion error. There will be some inclusion error also. All right. Multiplicity of accounts and multiplicity of the people can come in that group. So that is inclusion error. All right. then those people who are digitally illiterate and do not have the access to ICT technology. So that will be what? There will be lack of opportunities for them. Lack of opportunities. And what about the cyber frauds? Cyber frauds or bank frauds, which happened very recently. Bank frauds, who are most vulnerable under that? Those who are digitally illiterate. All right, the people who are digitally literate, people who know that you do not have to share your OTP with somebody who is asking in any ways, so they will not be frauded. All right, so cyber fraud, bank frauds, they are more vulnerable to that. All right, so lead to. Then you take up certain points from economy also. Let me tell you about the LPG era, the era of globalization. All right, LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization era. You'll have, the people who are not connected on internet will not be benefited much, because the entire world is connected now. All right, so this is how you can say. And
employment, sir, employment.
So that is here, that is already written. Lack of opportunities.
Okay.
Employment opportunities. All right, then there will be, since it is about the social angle, which also have to be written. So social angle will be what? New. So digitalization, you know that there are different stakeholders in the society. For example, women, tribal, old age people, all these are having differential capability in terms of digital literacy. All right, so there will, this will have the the impact of digitalization and ICT will be differentially impacting different people. So differential impact will be there. Differential impact will be there. And then you can see that this is what the vicious cycle of poverty which can be created. Vicious cycle of poverty, inequality can be created. So you create a vicious cycle. Can you create that? So digital illiteracy along with ICT awareness, which is poor, lead to lack of opportunity or lack of awareness. Lack of opportunity, which will be there, or lack of awareness, you write here, lack of awareness will be there. And with the lack of awareness, you will have lack of opportunity. When this lack of opportunity will be there, then economic empowerment will not be there. And with economic empowerment, you will have this poverty, which will be there. And in poverty and this digital literacy will somehow be connected. How it will be connected? Because the poor people will not be able to afford computers or probably the mobile, smartphone. All right, then what next? How do you think that these people are not being able to benefit more with respect to the socio-economic conditions? So that will be what? That will be through Jan Dhan Aadhaar mobile and direct benefit transfers, you can say. So that has been the part of the governance. In the case of digital era governance, there only this point can be written there. All right, that Jan Dhan Aadhaar mobile and jinke paas nahi hai, so that they will be. So we are talking about those people who will be deprived here, who are what? Digitally illiterate. First thing. Second thing is inaccessible with respect to internet. All right, you can arrange these points also with respect to economy, with respect to the society, with respect to what? The governance. All right, and then the most critical point, no, you will have to support the points with respect to no. No means what? No means what? The digital illiteracy and ICT awareness is not a bigger challenge. This is the no. So what are the points you can write here? So do you see that government creates inclusive programs after 12th five-year plan based upon rights-based approach. Rights-based approach. All right. So that means what? The rights will be protected irrespective of the people who are present on the digital platform or not. All right. So rights-based approach is there. Or there are the administrative structure which are to fill this gap. There are administrative structure which are to fill this gap. For example, Panchayati Raj institutions, for example, CSC, you know about that, the local level administration will be there, which will be filling this gap. All right. So this is very, very important. And moreover, you know about the constitutional angle of the rights protection with the help of judiciary. Rights protection of rights. You know that for legal rights, even High Court is there, and for fundamental rights, legal and constitutional rights, this High Court is there, and for fundamental rights, directly one can approach to Supreme Court. So means the rights are protected, of individual rights are being protected through writ jurisdiction. So that means what? These are not able to affect much. Clear? Are you understanding my point? But what is the reality? If I ask you about that, the reality. What is the reality? Is this impacting or not? These are different. Definitely impacting the people. All right. And sometimes some points you can write about supporting that hilly area, desert area, e-education, e-health are even increasing. Here you can also talk about the points from e-health, e-education.
सर ये ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट में तो लिखा नहीं हमने सर, एजुकेशन, हेल्थ और ये सर disparity को कम करता है.
Yes, you can write about that also. It is going to what? Support. It is going to support the inclusive growth.
Women empowerment, STEM, sir.
More inclusive. All right. So it will not just inclusive growth, but also planning efficiency, resource efficiency, everything will increase.
Okay.
All right. So 3-4 points regarding that you can write. These are some of the specific points. From a stakeholders perspective, from institutions perspective, and from e-governance perspective also you can write some of the points. Clear? Making sense? How to write the conclusion? Slide is not moving. Just a second. What should be the conclusion? Tell me.
Sir, movement from e-governance to digital era governance.
That is very technical, but yet that is correct. That is correct. I'll say to write a very simple way also. You can say integrating or creating digital awareness, and integrating people on the digital platform can help India take off sooner than later. Are you understanding my point? You are talking something about the future. The question which is there. Integrating people on digital era platform or digital platform can help India becoming can help India becoming can help India take off sooner than later. This is how you can write. All right. So this was one of the question. Let's shift to another. Yes, tell me.
In the conclusion, we can also write a way forward that how government is creating this BharatNet scheme and PM Vani, and then sufficient infrastructure is created so that digital literacy is
before conclusion in just one paragraph you can write about those, and after that conclude. All right.
Okay.
All right. Clear? Okay, so next question. Look at the next question which is there. Though women in post-independent India have excelled in various fields, the social attitude towards women and feminist movement has been patriarchal. Right, has been patriarchal. Right, apart from the women education and women empowerment schemes, what intervention can help change this milieu? So there are two aspects of the question. One line is there, you need to justify and you need to write that about that line in a couple of paragraphs or in just one paragraph, and then come to the question directly. First line of this is, women in India, though women in post-independent India have excelled in various fields. What are those various fields? Decipher that. Medical, science, politics, sports. What else? Research. Even in armed forces, yes, in everywhere women have excelled. All right. The socialist attitude towards the women and the feminist movement has been patriarchal. That means what? Yet, despite this multiple achievements, we are still, our society, Indian society is still in the grip of patriarchy. In the grip of patriarchy. You can write like that. All right. So you justify the first statement, and then second statement. Look at this: the women education and women empowerment schemes. What interventions can help this milieu? All right. So you can say about that the women education and women empowerment schemes is the center point for changing this attitude. You first recognize that, all right, in just one line, and after then you come to the question. You come to the questions. Key other interventions can help in changing this milieu. Could be what? Categorize it: constitutional, legal, socio-economic, political, institutional, civil society organization, ethical, right? Like that. Are you understanding my point? So in constitution, what are the points which can be there? Reservation. So I told you about creating this constitutional, legal, social, economic, the civil society organization, then moral. In moral, I will be telling you what? There are two things, that is persuasive approach and deterrence approach. Persuasive and deterrence approach. Can you write 250 words? It is worth 400 words. In constitutional, what will be there? Article number, the rights of equality. So reservation, equality.
15 fundamental duties, sir.
Fundamental duties. What is the fundamental duties? Equality. So equality provisions from article number 14 to 18, under which the woman can be provided reservation. All right. Then you will have DPSP. DPSP, article number 42, article number 39D. You know that? 39D, equal pay for equal work, or article number 14.2, or fundamental duties for respecting the women. Respecting women. All right.
51AE.
If we talk about the legal perspective of that, you will have the Equal Wages Act. Equal Wages Act, Maternity Benefit Act. All these things should be written. Apart from women empowerment, so implementation of all these schemes in all these ideas in very efficient way. Are you understanding my point? So what interventions can help? So it suggestive nature. So bringing that in spirit, letter and spirit. You write it.
Correct doubt है इसमें.
Sir, इसमें question ना. See, the points will be same. The presentation will vary.
So women education और empowerment के अलावा क्या होगा sir?
So there are different approaches which has to be told. है ना? Constitutional aspects of women. All right.
ये तो हम उसी को justify कर रहे हैं ना sir?
It has to be implemented in its true spirit. All right. Then role of civil society organization. See, it is saying that you start like that. Only women being the stakeholders towards the notion of empowerment will not work. It is indicating towards, the male empowerment should also be there, or male sensitization should also be there. That is the society. So male sensitization at family level, family sensitivity towards female, and society in general should be pro-women approach. So persuasion of society to be pro-women. Are you understanding my point? Then certain civil society organizations and related campaigns, Twitter type campaign. For example, what? Selfie with daughter campaign, hashtag Me Too campaign. All right. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign. You do not write about the schemes, because government has, the question is indicating towards what? Not the schemes. They have said that women education and women schemes should be removed. And then you talk about the ethicality. So in persuasive measure. So persuasion to whom? Persuasion to women also and the other stakeholders also. Or recognizing the person, giving rewards for that. All right. So that will be persuasive measures. And deterrence. Deterrence for what? A strict punishment for any of the problems, any of the concerns, a crime against women. Are you understanding my point? So these are the other points which can help the society in empowering the women, apart from women education and women policy schemes. So there are so many points you have written. Write examples as far as possible. All right. And then what should be the conclusion? So this is a question where you can write the conclusion. You know the quotation, then write the conclusion with the quotation. You empower a woman, empower a generation. You know that? Empower a woman, empower a generation. All right. So India's sustainability will be centered around what? Women empowerment. Clear? So this is how you can write the answer. All right. This question. Let's come to the next question. Next question very quickly, and how you can manage with the content you have. Look at this. Can civil society and non-government organizations present an alternative model of public service delivery to benefit common citizen? Discuss the challenges of this alternative model. So very easy question. But mind it, this question has some hidden content which needs to be deciphered first. All right. How civil society organization and NGO will be acting as a alternative model for public service delivery. All right. So alternative model of public service delivery for benefiting the common citizen. So you'll have to write some content on that alternative model, and then you will have to talk about this challenges of that particular alternative model. So you create the model also, and you write the challenges. Directly writing challenges will be, will not be very useful. So you know about that. If I ask you about civil society organization, I have given you the idea of a diamond diagram. Do you remember that diamond diagram? So there are 4 aspects, 4 points you are getting for alternative model. So I'll tell civil society organization is the 4th pillar, of governance for public service delivery. It is emerging as the 4th pillar, or it is emerging as the 4th tier of federation governance. Okay. So I started with civil society organization as the 4th pillar of governance. All right. So now I'll say that civil society organization, what is the alternative model it can create? What is the alternative model it can create? Tell me. Alternative model, civil society organization creating the alternative model.
Decentralized and more people-centric.
थोड़ा और सोचो, ठीक है? Yes. So I will start with your point. That being decentralized and citizen-centric can bring up what? This model can bring up bottom-up approach, can help in citizen becoming, active participant by creating awareness. Bottom-up model can help in what? Awareness. This awareness will be what? Making citizen recipient to active participant, passive recipient to active participant, because it is about the public service delivery, no? All right. And civil society organization can help in providing policy inputs, and this can help in back. Implementation and policy feedback is there. All right. These things will be there. All right. So then you have got these 4 points with respect to that. There are 4 points with respect to that. You talk about that. You know about that. You know about the knowledge. This is about knowledge. This is level of organization. So level of organization, and this is about the value of civil services. Sorry, civil society organization. And here you will have the extent of collaboration and consultation. This is what? This is diamond diagram. All right. So all these points should be there. Enhanced knowledge or enhanced levels of organization of civil society organizations. Right. 4 points, 4 more points for what? Civil society organization being this, playing this role. All right. But again, you will have to criticize. You have created the alternative model and then criticize the alternative model. What will be the criticism of this alternative model? There are so many issues. Structure it at the organizational level. There are problems at the organization level. There are problems at the administration level. There is problem at the function level. All right. And there is problem at the outcome level. Can you do that? For organization, it will be on caste lines. It will be on the religion lines, region lines. All right. So creating the exclusion, they are not very, very inclusive. Organization level, the inclusiveness is not there. Even organization level, the arrangement, the organized nature of civil services is not there. Expertise is not. Too many civil services are there. Civil society organization are there. and they are not actually, becoming very, very efficient. In organization level, you can create, this is the sphere of influence for public policy. This is a sphere of influence for public policy, and this is the diamond diagram which is suggesting a gap, in the organization level of civil society organization. Are you understanding my point? So when you have created that, then you talk about the administration level. So most of the civil society organization will be operating in secrecy. They are unorganized in nature. There will be corporate Ngo Nexus which is there. All right. So corporate Ngo Nexus. So again, these civil society organizations, these NGOs will help in the profits of what? Corporate sector. You know that there are so many people who are actually trying to hide this black money. They will create
NGOs. No accountability.
Civil society organization will have, can serve against the national interest also, against the security interest also. For example, in others, outcome orientation, outcome level, we are going to talk. Even in Greenpeace, which was doing the protest against Kudankulam, it was indicated that this protest is supported by Russia and China. All right. So functioning level, you'll have the problems which are engaged in the civil services with respect to money laundering, FCRA Act, FEMA Act violation, cases of FEMA Act violation which are there. All right. So black money will be there, and they are at times they will be against the interest of the government. So how can all this serve as the fourth pillar of governance? Are you understanding? So you have written 10-15 points under these subheadings. I told you now, outcome will be what? Outcome will be at times against the security, national security. For example, there are so many civil society organizations in Northeast. Northeast groups are there. All right. ULFA and all these are the civil society organizations only, but they are against the national interest. Conclusion will be what? What do you want? Do you want civil society organization or not? Yes, you definitely want it. So you want an empowered, you want a proactive, pro people and pro policy civil society organization, right? Need ही यूज करना है, want कैसे यूज करेंगे? That is how I explain it to you. All right. Civil society organization should be organized or should be enabled on the lines of being pro people, pro policy, pro nation, pro government. Okay. Next question. Come to the next question. Critically examine the aims and objective of this Shanghai Cooperation Organization. What importance does it hold for India? This is a simple question and a question where you can put the sixer. Everybody will be ready with this question. All right. So you will talk about Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So you know about that Eurasian, it is the organization which is a cooperation between Eurasian economy. All right. And this is the organization which is representing, which is validating the Heartland Theory. If you can know that, you can write it here. You do not know Heartland Theory. What is Heartland? अरे Heartland Theory क्या है? कोई बताएगा?
Pivot area, sir.
Pivot area concept. Make a map. One who controls the heartland. One who controls the heartland. Heartland will be the part of Siberian plains. All right. Basically, the regions which are there in Shanghai Cooperation Organization. All right. So one who controls the heartland will be controlling the world. All right. So it is the extension, or it is considered as the extension of heartland in present time. So by this, then it is saying that mind it, critically examine its aims and objective of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So do you think that you need to have exact understanding of aims and objective? You will go to Shanghai Cooperation Organization website and you will remember all the aims and objectives. So for that, next time G20 will be there and you are going to remember the aims and objective of G20, and next time SARC will be there. You are going to remember aims and objective of SARC. This is practically not possible. So in that case, what will be there? Write aims and objectives. What will be write aims and objectives? So strategic cooperation, trade cooperation, economic cooperation, balanced regional development. You know, the idea you know about Shanghai Cooperation Organization will have one wing as RATS. All right. So RATS is against they are against terrorism, radicalism, and separatism. Terrorism, radicalism, and against separatism. Why Shanghai Cooperation Organization? All these organizations is trying to create a new political order. New political order with Asia as a center. All right. So it is creating an organization against West hegemony. All right. So for ensuring the another idea of this Shanghai Cooperation aims and objective will be what? To ensure peace, progress, and prosperity. So you have written about the aims and objective of this Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Very clearly you have written. Right. You have to critically analyze it.